ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਰੀਆ ਐਂਡ ਜੈਨਲੀ ਤੇ ਦੋਨੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬਣਦੀਆਂ ਗਿਗਲ ਕੁਈਨਸ ਸੋ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਗਿਗਲ ਕੁਈਨਸ
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
So my first question, from where this Giggle Queens come?
Yes, good question. It comes from our love of comedy and laughing.
Okay.
And we are a dance duo. And when we started Giggle Queens, we love dance and we love street styles, things like hip hop, things like whacking. But we kind of found that a lot of the times when you watch hip hop pieces or whacking pieces, there's just like a very serious element that is involved in dance, and we really don't like to take ourselves too seriously. So yeah, when we started Giggle Queens, it was all about the dance, but it was also about adding a little element of comedy and laughter and silliness to kind of anything that we did to keep it fun for ourselves and for our audiences.
So who started Giggle Queens? Ria started, Jennily started?
Oh, yeah, good question. I think we had decided that we wanted to choreograph for fun. We were both teaching a lot and we were doing some projects, but we wanted to choreograph together to just explore, I don't know, our movement together. And from there, pretty organically, we were like, should we do this? Should we really try to do this? It's very niche and it feels good. So in my mind, it was both of us.
At the same time.
So how did you know each other? Like, how did you come together?
Yeah. So I'm actually from Ottawa, and Jen is from all over the place. But we met in Ottawa. We were both dancing in a hip hop dance troupe. It's called Culture Shock.
Okay.
And yeah, we kind of trained together for about a year, and then somehow we moved to Toronto at the same time for different reasons. But once we moved here, we kind of clung on to each other, and then from there, 10 years later, here we are.
Oh, you started this 10 years ago?
We started our like dance journey together. Giggle Queens, oh my gosh, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, yeah.
Almost a decade.
Yeah.
And we're not just dance partners, we're also like besties.
Yeah.
Just putting that, when we merged together, the friendship solidified, and then out of that friendship also came.
So what exactly Giggle Queens is? Is it a dancing school? Is it are you both like influencers or comedians? What exactly you are?
Who are you and what are you? Great question.
Yeah. Mostly, we're just a performance duo.
Okay.
Not just. We are a performance duo. That's our thing. We really wanted to perform both live and do video content.
Yes.
Especially during the pandemic. But that's our love is to create and perform as the Giggle Queens.
You're performing from last 7 years, 8 years, and where are you performing exactly?
Different dance showcases around Toronto and Ottawa. Yeah, and then we had a YouTube channel, but we're taking a break on that.
Okay, on YouTube channel.
But there's some funny stuff there. You can check it out.
Apart from that, you're on Instagram?
Yeah, we're on Instagram. As Jen mentioned, our whole lives are intertwined. So we have Giggle Queens as like the fun, basically, and then we have another completely different business that's like a dance education business.
And when did you think that you should become a dancer?
Oh man.
It never seemed like a choice for me. I started dancing at 3, and it was just always my outlet. Maybe it wasn't going to be my job the whole time, but it was always how I let things out and expressed myself and my true joy and passion. So like a long time, over 30 years.
Yeah. I also, have been dancing since I was 6, but unlike Jen, like it was never in my mind as what I was going to do for like my career. And then eventually, after a couple of degrees, I did my business degree, I did my master's, and then I was like, actually, I need to dance. That's what I need to do.
After so many degrees, like, why?
Yeah. You know what? I did my undergrad in business in Ottawa, and then I came to Toronto for my master's in teaching. So I was planning on being a classroom teacher. So I did a year of that, and Jen was kind of by my side, parallel to me living the dancer life, and I was always very jealous of that. And I could just feel the pull from the arts. I think a lot of young artists probably feel that too. You kind of have two sides to you, and some people you can do both, and for me it was just the arts kind of pulled me a little bit harder.
But ultimately you become teacher, not a classroom teacher, but a dance
Yes,
class.
that's right. So it's like a merging of both of my worlds and both of my loves. So I still get to teach, but in a very different way that still incorporates my passion.
So how you see yourself in future, like in 5 years and 10 years, where you see Giggle Queens standing?
Oh, Giggle Queens, it will always be our spirit animal. I think we will always love dancing and choreographing together. I think, you know, we are both in our 30s now, so Giggle Queens is dancing with your body becomes harder. So it's more of a side project now, and we're focusing on our dance business.
Oh, you're doing anything else from Giggle Queens, and is that related to dance?
Yeah. So we have a dance education business. It's called Dance and Culture.
Oh.
And yeah, we basically bring in different cultural dances from all around the world to schools. So we do school workshops. We have a team of about, I don't even know, like 16 artists, and everyone's an expert in a different cultural dance. So we have Bollywood, we also have Chinese dance, Philippine folk, you know, West African, so many different styles. And we're basically trying to bring all these styles into schools and have students see themselves reflected, but also experience the joy of dance and the joy of different cultures.
And what's the similarity between all these dance styles?
Ooh, good
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I mean, the joy of dance, I think, is the fact that it really connects people in a way that you don't have to use language.
Oh.
So, you know, no matter where you're from, you know, no matter what language you speak, you can still communicate and experience joy together with your body and with music, which I think is very, very powerful, especially for people who, you know, maybe you have newcomer students, people who have English as their second language. It's something that's so wonderful that they can participate in with their classmates.
Yes, that's correct. It's a universal language, any
Yeah.
form of art.
Yeah.
It's a music or whether it's dance. So let's talk about Bollywood monster mashup now.
Yay, here it comes.
Woo.
Yes. Where it is happening, why it is happening, who is performing, and
Yeah.
when you are performing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, great question. So
So many questions.
yeah, Bollywood Monster Mashup. It's this weekend, Friday and Saturday at Mississauga
Celebration Square.
Yes.
Like a celebration.
Yeah, and it's got all kinds of performances, food, vendors. We are in the Saturday evening slot. The performances, I believe, are from 6 to 11, and we're alongside the live orchestra. So if you didn't know, often we've done this performance for 7 years, and sometimes it's with a recorded track, but for the past 2 years we've gotten to dance with live music, and it is incredible. It's so great.
So it's like a full kind of hour set that they're doing. And basically the theme this year for that performance is the 80s. So they're taking very, you know, iconic Bollywood tracks and iconic 80s tracks and mashing them together. Bollywood Monster mashup. There's always some sort of fusion involved. So we'll be performing alongside the orchestra, which is very exciting for us.
How you feel about these kind of, multicultural big events that are happening here in West?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I think it's so wonderful, and I think a lot of people see themselves reflected in that. Like, you know, for me, my parents grew up in India, but I grew up here, so I kind of have like a double identity sometimes, it feels like. So the fact that we have this huge event that is really about mashups and fusion and taking the East and the West and putting them together, to me, I'm like, oh, this is the best of both of my worlds. And I think a lot of people who grew up here can kind of relate to that.
Generally, we are almost there. Your message to audience, what you want to say?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Be there or be Celebration Square.
Oh, that was
and
good.
you know, there's something there for everyone. We've been going for 7 years. My daughter's coming this time. She's as excited for the dance as she is for the food. So we hope to see you there, and feel free to dance along with us. If you see us on stage, we want to see you moving in the audience. We love it.
So it's your 7th year in this event.
Yeah.
I know.
So you're participating in it from last 7 years.
Yes, we love it
Yes.
that much.
Okay, your message.
Okay, yes. Come with an open mind. come ready to have fun, ready to eat, ready to dance, but also it's very hot and there's lots of people, so make sure you bring a lot of water.
Smart, very useful.
Yes. And a chair.
Oh, yes.
If you're someone who, you know, wants to sit and take in all of the amazingness, it's probably a good idea to bring a chair. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your this information, and I wish that you will grow bigger and bigger in coming years.
Yay,
thank you
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Been a pleasure.
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਗਿਗਲ ਕੁਈਨਸ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਰਫਾਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਬਾਲੀਵੁੱਡ ਮੌਨਸਟਰ ਮੈਸ਼ਅਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਆਉਂਦੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਮੀਦ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਮਾਣੋਗੇ ਇਸ ਈਵੈਂਟ ਦਾ। ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਤੇ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੇ। ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਟੀਵੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ।